freaky fast delivery.
Good afternoon, everybody. We're here in an outside venue today at Oakridge High School. I'm here with head coach Jeff Floman. Jeff, hey, thanks for taking a minute to join us.
Sure, good to be here.
Tell me about the yoga thing going on here.
Yeah, that's
First
interesting.
of all, I got to jump in this because I've never seen yoga done before.
It's been a regular part of our program. We do it at least twice a year. Our schedule hasn't allowed us to do it yet this year, so we wanted to get it in today. We typically do it during our fitness training for preseason as well. For us, it's important to give the girls a little bit of downtime or else their bodies start breaking down. Mm-hmm. So it allows them to get some stretching in, shut their brains down, and just relax a little bit. Conference tournament starts next week, so really pressure starts, so we felt it was a good day to do it.
Good. Well, you know, I walked out here and Kim and was saying, you know, they're going to do some yoga stuff. Okay. Let's get some stuff. And so while we're out here doing it, I saw this little creature over here on the ground. And we're going to get to that little guy in just a minute. But let's talk about your background, where you're from, what do you do? Are you a teacher? How'd you get into soccer, etc.?
Sure. You know, originally from Montague. Went away, was in the Army, came back, went to school, had one interview at Oakridge, and applied to be a teacher and a soccer coach and got the job. I've been here for 16 years. So working with the girls and built up the program, and boy, really over the last 10 years has been just a championship quality team. Conference championships, district titles, won a regional title in 2012, making it to the Final Four.
Congratulations.
Thank you. But, you know, it makes it easier because I have a good group of girls and they work hard, and it makes my job easier as a coach.
So you've been not only teaching but coaching soccer for 16 as well?
Here at Oakridge, correct.
Yeah. Well, congratulations.
Thank
That's great.
you.
Feeder programs at lead, middle school, JV, what do you have here at being a smaller school?
Yeah, good question.
I've been at Muskegon, Puffer now at Shores coaching football.
Right, we have no JV, so 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade, they try out to make the team, so it makes it competitive, but as interesting as that is, you know, in 16 years I've only had to cut 3 times. Part of the deal is we set very clear expectations in November what our standards are. And, you know, if girls want to meet those standards, they give it a try. If they don't want to meet those standards, they don't come out. You know, at the end of the day, we try to set high standards, and I think that what leads to our success in our program.
High standards, high expectations, high results.
Well, and we try to make it clear, exactly.
Yeah.
We make it clear in November what our standards are. It's not subjective. We rank all of our girls during our 2-day tryout, so all our girls know who number 1 is, and all our girls know who number 23 is. Not my system, it's Anson Dorrance from North Carolina. They've won 22 national titles. So
got to be doing something right down there.
It's a system that we follow, and it's a system that's worked for us.
Well, that's wonderful. So you have no lower level. Do you scout your local club sports around here? Are you involved that way? I mean, you have to have some input and see what kind of talent's coming up so you can recruit girls during the, you know, as 9th graders, or do you say, okay, this year I want... How many do you keep on a team?
We took 23 this year, which is pretty high, but it ranges between 23 and 18. You know, we've had a team that won conference and district title that had 13 girls on the team.
Okay, so my next question then, do you go with senior leadership? Do you try to break it down where, okay, this year I'm going to have, because I've got so many seniors I know they're going to be graduating. Am I going to, you know, focus on my freshmen coming up in order to build it back up, or do you try to spread it out? That's
a really good question when it comes to the leadership. We run a very systematic leadership program. We've got 9 team captains this year, which sounds like a ridiculous number.
It is a ridiculous number. Why so many?
We follow the system, and it's a team development system. You know, it's something I do in my other life. I'm a certified team and leadership development coach. But what we do with the girls is we do a personality profile test with all of our girls, which is what Kermit represents, is the color green.
He's part of the process?
He is a part of the process this year, Our girls, our team this year is a low green personality type, which is a thinking, perceiving personality type. They're very strong orange, so they're very do first, think later. And soccer is very much creativity and thinking, so we're trying to get them to be more green. So Kermit the Frog kind of fit, and we brought him in, and it's funny, during spring break, we have these little game frogs that we give away for the player of the game, and I brought them to Arizona with me on spring break and was taking pictures with them in Sedona Desert, at Grand Canyon. So we just try to make the frog and the color green be as much of the process as possible.
I'm going to be somewhat of a smart. So you took the whole team with you on spring break to Arizona?
Is
that the kind of coach you are?
Yeah, that's...
I would think if you're running a championship girls, am I right? I mean, don't you think you should have... I would have thought here, Coach.
Yeah, they kind of were with me. Number
one, though, weren't they?
I love my girls. We're at the airport in O'Hare, and I took a picture of the green frogs in O'Hare and got on my laptop and sent them the picture. And I, hadn't seen them in 3 hours and already missed them.
You missed them terribly.
But with our team development program, our girls establish what they're looking at with our leaders. They make a list, and then they rank every girl.
Okay.
And then we take the highest girls. We went with 9 this year. Part of it is because we want to dominate everything from the coin toss to the end of the game.
You want to win everything.
So we go to the coin toss with 9 team captains.
Wow. The mascot then, is the mascot the color, the personality of the team?
It's the color, the personality of the team, but also kind of reminds the girls to have fun with the game.
Absolutely. First and foremost, have fun playing the game.
I try to say this, we're not curing cancer. We're playing a game. And if we try to make it like we're curing cancer, the girls don't enjoy it, and then they don't work hard for us.
There you go.
So Kermit kind of keeps it light, and he travels around. I made a mistake and didn't bring Kermit to our game on Wednesday.
Devastating results.
We ended up with a tie against the 4th-ranked team in the state, but it was my fault because I forgot Kermit.
See, it's like a voodoo now.
Right,
I know. And that's what happens.
Yeah.
Okay, so Western Michigan Conference you're in, right?
Right.
Tough always in football, tough in others, but tough in soccer as well for girls?
I think the challenge is we all know each other, and when we all know each other, from our standpoint, we've been really one of the top teams in the conference for the last 10 years. So we try to help the girls understand that every team is coming here to beat you so they can say that they beat you.
Yeah.
So for us, we have to have a mentality that every team's coming here to give us our best. So we try to respect them and give them our best as well.
Before we take a break and we start meeting some of the girls and Kermit here.
Sure.
Senior-oriented, a good mix this year. What are you?
It's a good mix. We've got 7 seniors, which is the most we've had. 3 foreign exchange students.
So you're recruiting now worldwide as well.
Yeah.
That internet's a wonderful thing, isn't it?
2 of the German exchange students are very talented girls. They're at Close Up DC this week. We've got freshmen that start. We've got sophomores that start. Our number 1 player this year that was ranked number 1 is a sophomore. She was the number 1 player last year as a freshman. So we're pretty balanced. We've got 9-10 girls that have scored goals. So you're really looking at a team that if you shut one girl down, someone else steps up. Yeah.
Well, I'm with Jeff Norman. I'm Nick Davos. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back with you.
Buckwheat Schultz & Associates Incorporated. Investment products and services. For more information, call 799-9889 or 866-799-9889.
ASAP Auto Sales, located at 2486 South Getty Street in Muskegon, offers a wide selection of reasonably priced used vehicles from cars and trucks to vans, SUVs, and four-wheel drives. With new selections coming in every day, ASAP's lot is always full, which means whenever you drop in, there's about 100 vehicles to choose from. With a wide selection of vehicles, both domestic and import, they have it all. ASAP Auto Sales, 231-830-9000.
Hi, I'm Brenda Sprader. Facing serious legal problems alone can be disappointing and stressful. When your freedom, your loved ones, or your finances are at stake, it is important to seek legal representation. I'm an experienced trial attorney and will work hard to protect what is important to you. I strive for equitable resolution and provide confidential guidance. I cannot promise specific results, but I do promise to be committed to zealously fighting to ensure that your rights are protected and that justice is served. If you would like to meet with me to discuss your legal issues, please call the number on your screen for a free consultation.
When your transmission is in trouble, it is important to find reliable and honest mechanics. National Transmission will get the job done right. Located at 4037 East Apple Avenue in Muskegon, you can call them at 231-788-3244.
Davos here at Oakridge Heights for DSE Sports Local, and we're outside an absolutely great, gorgeous day. Jeff Lohman and with Megan Larrabee, one of the few seniors. Megan, first of all, thanks for taking time to join us. Tell us something about you, Megan. You're a senior. What position do you play?
I play midfield.
Midfield.
Along with Shelby Wilde.
Okay.
And I love playing soccer.
Okay. Have you played soccer all your life?
Yes, since I was 3.
Barely walking. Barely able to do anything, you're playing soccer.
Yes.
What makes soccer so enjoyable to you?
Just being a team and going for one goal and
the
having
goal
fun.
And the goal is win.
Win.
Yep, bottom line, isn't it?
Yes.
Yep. Successful season so far for you?
Yeah.
Personally, do you set personal goals for yourself?
Yes, I do.
And what are those? Give me 2 personal goals.
To give 110% each game and to make everybody on the team feel good about themselves.
Okay. You're doing a pretty good job with that?
Yes.
Tell me something about Coach that you really like, because now you've been with you for 4 years. This is your fourth year with this guy. Something that you like about Coach. The inner drive, does he push you to be better? Is he somebody that, I'll just help you, I'll prompt you, somebody that you can talk to if you have personal problems, if things are, your boyfriend broke up, you found out he was cheating on you, the dog, and you went over to talk to Coach in tears, and Coach says, what's happening?
Yeah, I'm really close to my coach, and if I have a problem, I know I can go to him, and I can always count on him.
Okay.
And there's a point where he needs to criticize you, but not in a bad way. He's always there to push you.
Is he pretty tough on you?
Yeah.
I mean, he can make you, if you're screwing up or something, he's going to let you know.
Yes.
Right, in a forceful way.
Not in a bad way, though.
Not in a negative way to embarrass you, but just say, Megan, you know what's going on.
Right.
You're not giving me 100%.
Right.
Conversely, tell me something special about Megan that you enjoyed for 4 years. I mean, this young lady is on the tail end of her high school career.
Megan's, we work hard making sure that our girls can play at every spot at the field this year.
Oh, wow.
And Megan is one of the girls that in the middle of, a battle, we could move her back to fullback, we could move her to the forward position on the fly, and we don't notice any drop-off in play.
She's like a utility.
She's very versatile. She can play anywhere on the field if we wanted her to. She controls the midfield, her transition back to defense. She gets some of the login stints without subbing. She can go the other day 20, 30 minutes on a hot day with no rest, and I can count on her to give us hard minutes.
And playing on this stuff can get hot.
This is typically 10, 15 degrees warmer.
Yeah,
Yep.
Speaking about that, Kimmin was asking us, during our break here a little bit, conditioning. In order to play that long, tell me about conditioning. Tell me about off-season first, and then in-season conditioning, Megan.
In, I think, January, Mike Braid does like a workout, and if you go to that, then that's until soccer season starts, so that's the way you can start to be fit.
Okay.
And
then in season, what's it like? Well, for instance, do you do like conditioning before you do practice? Do you do sprints? You do some, give me things like that.
We just warm up and.
You just warm up?
Yeah, and stretch out at the same time.
Okay. You're a senior,
Yep.
4-year player here, correct?
Yep, correct.
Okay. Favorite subject?
Science.
Science?
Yes.
Future goals for you?
So
College-wise, possibly?
Yes.
All
go to
right.
MCC for 2 years and get my basics done, and then major in nursing.
Good for you. I have a daughter that's at Grand Valley, just got accepted to the nursing program. Good for you. I got a question for both.
Sure, sure.
I'm not a big soccer. I only had one child that played
Right.
soccer. Fullback. I never heard of fullback. What is fullback in football? I'm a football guy. What's fullback?
A lot of teams call them defenders,
Oh,
but
okay, thank you very much.
everyone defends in my program.
Okay.
So we don't call defenders anything special. They're fullbacks because
Okay.
if we don't have the ball, everyone's a defender.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Megan, I wish you the very best of luck. Good luck the rest of the season. Thank you very much. Well, we're going to take another short break. We're going to be right back. What a nice gal.
Yeah, unbelievable. She's actually coming to play for me at MCC. So
They have, you're the soccer coach at MCC as well?
I'm on the job for 2 weeks. Yeah, I got hired 2 weeks ago.
Is this a new program that they got going?
They've been there. This is, I think, their 4th year this fall. So she's one of my first recruits.
So you can recruit, like, well, that's not a bad gig then, is it?
Not bad, yeah.
No, not bad while you're playing competition. You're
Right.
scouting at the same time.
Right, yeah.
Well, all right, Jeff Ruddy, Nick Davos, Scheme Coaches. We'll be right back with DSE Sports Local.
Northway Lanes and Billiards, featuring Cosmic Bowling, 50 auto-score lanes, automated bumpers, 8 Brunswick pool tables, snack shop, and banquet facilities. With over 100 leagues to choose from, it's Northway Lanes and Billiards.
City Glass and Mirror features glass for every purpose, servicing both residential and commercial. Their full-service showroom displays every aspect of what City Glass has to offer: handrails, closet systems, replacement windows, bath hardware, shower doors, and custom mirrors. They even offer auto glass and storefronts to see all they have to offer. City Glass and Mirror, located at 100 West 7th Street in Grand Haven and 631 Commerce Court, Suite 10 in Holland.
For years, people have put together photo collages for special occasions. They go through the photo album and old shoe boxes and pull out their favorite photos and put them on poster boards. The boards are a great way of sharing stories, but it can be a pretty tedious job. Well, we here at Clocks, we want to make that job easier for you. So just bring us all the photos and we'll scan them into the computer, and then we'll print out the collages on our large format printer. That way, all the photos will be in digital format so you can share them with your friends and relatives.
Davos, Jeff Loman, and we are with a specialty player right here, Mickey Walt. Mickey, thanks for joining us, sweetheart. What a nice smile. So Coach says you have absolutely the perfect name for the position you play.
Yes, I do.
Did Coach change your name, or did your parents give you this name first of all?
My parents gave me my name.
Okay, so Mickey, why is your name so perfect for the position you play? And by the way, you're a goalie, right?
Yes, I'm a
All right.
goalie.
Why is wall, or is it which part is perfect, or is everything perfect about your game?
I think it's the wall because I always stop as much as
Nothing
I can.
gets past you, does it?
Nothing.
You're a wall?
I'm like a wall.
You're like a wall. Well,
Yeah.
Good for you. Good for you. Now, see, if I was a coach, I would say, well, she's kind of short to be a goalie. I mean,
Sure.
Can you jump? I mean, you can't jump very high.
I actually can.
Can you? Well, good. Well, see, not knowing a lot about soccer. Good for you.
Thank you.
Good. And now, Coach, you've only given up how many goals?
3.
3 in how many games?
Boy, we've had 11 so far this year.
Well, that's incredible.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's good.
She's unbelievable. She's, of course, got a good supporting group in front
Right,
of her.
exactly.
I would say this past Wednesday, the first game that she actually had to win for us, even though it ended up being a tie. Played Holland Black River, ranked 4th in Division 4, and she was worked to death and kept a clean sheet.
Yeah.
So
How many divisions in soccer?
3 or 4. 4. Yep.
There's 4.
Yep.
So in football we have 8.
Yep.
So Division 4. And what division are you
We're
guys?
3.
You're in 3.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's great. Soccer all your life as
Yes.
well. You started in the youth league. A sweetheart over here started at age 3 in diapers, running around playing the game. What about you?
I started at 7.
You started at 7.
Yep.
Okay. Youth club.
Yep.
Okay. And have you always been an Oakridge Eagle?
I
started off at rec, but then I went to travel and then premier.
Travel and then premier. So your parents were all over the place too doing it.
Yeah.
God. And that's the thing about soccer, isn't it? You're all over the place until you get to high school and then.
Yeah, it really is. Growing up, the players do start at rec, but then the better players do go play travel. Most of our girls either play premier or travel for the Muskegon Lakers or the Storm or the Fire. And to be honest with you, to be a better team in the state, you have to do that.
What's premier versus travel?
Well, they're both travel, but Premier is a higher level.
It's a higher level.
So Premier, they're playing in Indiana, Illinois, Ohio, Michigan.
Oh my God! It costs your parents some serious money to be traveling, doesn't it?
It's a big commitment for the girls. I think Mickey's playing in a team out of Holland. Isn't that right?
Grand
Rapids. So during the fall, that's where she spends her training.
So fall soccer translates into a winter sport if you do, and then winter sport transfers into this in the springtime.
Right. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, good for you.
Thank you.
All right, so I asked her a question, okay? Now, first of all, is soccer your favorite sport?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay. Something about Coach. I'm going to ask each one of the girls. So the last girl will have it easy, obviously. Something special about Coach Loman?
Our talks during warm-up.
Our talks? Is he like a chatterbug or something? He doesn't just chat all the time or what?
He's actually pretty goofy.
Is he?
Yeah.
Well, you lost Kermit on your staff, for heaven's sake. Yeah, I mean,
Well,
that's good. So goofy by what? I mean, he says a good message in a goofy way.
Yeah, he can be serious, but then make it fun.
Okay.
While warming up.
Expectations for yourself this year as a player on the soccer team. Now, you told me you're a junior?
Yes.
Okay, so as a junior, what's your expectation?
I've always wanted to play 110% for my team and make sure that I have their backs no matter what.
Well, that's wonderful. If every girl says 110%, I know it was a scripted line.
It's one of our team goals.
Okay, well, that's good then. Okay, I can live with that then.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. Toughest competition the toughest team you've faced this year is? Because you got 3 ties, so it's got to be one of the ties, I would think.
It was probably yesterday's game.
Yesterday's game? Is that the Black River game?
Yeah.
Was it here or away?
It was away in Holland. Yeah, maybe 86 degrees.
Oh, yeah. It was stifling.
Yeah.
And what was the score of the game?
0-0.
Oh, well, you didn't give up a goal then.
Right?
Well, that was good. That, the wall was successful, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, now, I got powder right here, girl. That it, girl. Didn't get one by you. Well, that's good. What's special? Other than she's a great goalie.
Yeah.
She didn't give up goals.
Sure.
But that speaks for your team as well. It's not just her. I mean, it's your fullbacks not allowing the ball to get to that point where she has to make a stop.
Right, yeah. I mean, for Mickey, she's got 3 strong qualities. Number 1, she comes off her line well. So her stats are a little misleading because
Okay,
she doesn't...
coming off the line for way out in TV land.
Yeah, she's covering her line on the goal, but she's not afraid to go anywhere in her penalty box.
Okay, so she'll roam around anywhere. She's
Absolutely.
just not going to sit in the
She
spot.
goes out and challenges attackers 1v1. She is not afraid to contact. She's not afraid to get off her line and go challenge girls for the ball.
I gotcha. Oh, that's good.
So as a result, there's not a lot of shots against her. Okay. She is one of the best communicators on the field.
Well, and you stole my line. I bet you she has to communicate a lot out there, doesn't she?
One of the first things I try to convince the goalies is in our program, our goalie is the field general. She's the girl in charge.
I thought it would have been a person that's roaming around out
She's
here.
got the best view of the team. She
the
can
whole
see
field.
everything. If she wants players to go somewhere, she directs traffic and demands players to do things. Because at the end of the day, if she doesn't, she's the one that's going to end up looking back because the goal goes in.
Well, because the ball's going to go past the
Exactly.
wall. We can't have that happen, can we?
Yep.
Absolutely.
I would say the third thing is, since her freshman year, her obvious disadvantage is her height. And our first day of training was a conversation of, we're going to increase your range to take away from your weakness. Her biggest weakness is her size. So
human growth hormones. You got to roll you up, get you taller or something.
We've worked on it for 3 years, is getting her quicker to increase
compensate for
more
the size.
range, and she's able to do it.
Well, good for you.
Yeah.
A starter since what year? Is this your first year starting?
No, I've been starting since freshman year.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow, good for you. Yeah, that's great. So, hypothetical situation, and it may have happened to you. You're beating a team that you're just blowing away. Okay, you're up 4 goals, maybe 5. I don't know if it's happened. bored sometimes out there? Because if most of the action's away from you, you just...
Usually I do not get bored because I have to direct the traffic, because if I don't, then the team
Right.
falls apart
Yeah.
sometimes.
So you're a junior. You're going to
Yeah.
be coming back. That's exciting, though, huh?
Yeah.
Yep. Off-season plans for you. You're not going to be going to college next year. You still got. What do you do during the summer? Do you play soccer during the summer, or do you play other sports as well?
I plan on playing volleyball this year.
Oh, good for you.
Thank you.
Well, and that's a fall sport, so you'll
Yep.
be doing a lot of volleyball in the summertime. And you encourage multi-sport athletes,
Absolutely.
I would think.
Most of our girls are 3-sport athletes, and to be honest with you, I've never ran a year-round program.
Oh, you haven't?
Part of the reason why is by the end of the year, I don't want the girls to be sick of me. In my opinion, programs that run year-round programs, by the time they get to tournament time, girls are sick of the coach.
Do you do anything in the summer with your girls?
We don't during the summer, but after Thanksgiving, the girls that don't play basketball, we do fitness training with iMove 2 days a week, which really gets those girls going. Because the basketball team is one of the best in the area as well. We know those girls are coming in fit, so to get the girls who don't play basketball up to their level fitness-wise, we use iMove and their trainers to come in and work with our kids.
Well, that's great. Well, next game is when?
Monday.
Against?
Mason County.
Mason County Conference team?
Conference game, the last regular conference game, right?
Well, we'll get more in the conference, sweetheart. Well, congratulations. I wish you the very best luck. Have a good rest of the season.
Thank you.
What a nice young lady.
She's wonderful to work with, and honestly, since her freshman year, she will, my keeper training's an hour or so after practice, so she'll run a regular practice, and then the keepers stay after for training after that as well. So,
give me an example. Okay, so do you have, being a neophyte in this now, do you have girls just take shots on goal from different angles or different situations? How does her training?
Her training afterwards, we work a little bit on footwork. Her footwork increases her range. So we spent yesterday 30 minutes doing some footwork drills, getting them used to that. A lot of it is, just hand positioning, increasing her range. She's got a couple of weaknesses that we're trying to work on that I'm not going to say on TV because I don't want other people to know what we're working on.
Absolutely.
We spend
and
a lot of
millions will be watching the show too, so we don't want them to know.
We spend a lot of time just working on what her weaknesses are, but also just getting her a lot of reps. Just repetition is what's key for a goalie.
Absolutely.
She may touch the ball sometimes 3 times in a game, and those 3 times have to be perfect.
Oh, absolutely, because if one goal, example, your last game, if one goes by, it's an L.
Exactly.
We can't have one of those.
Exactly.
I'm with Coach Wellman. I'm Nick Davis. Kim is behind the camera. We'll be right back after a short break.
Family-owned and operated business for 50 years, C&C Floor Covering and Supply offers installation, sales, and service of your carpets, vinyl, ceramic tile, and all of your floor covering needs. For more information, call 231-726-3378. Located at 974 Pine Street. It's C&C Floor Covering and Supply.
The Butterburger is made of just 3 cuts of fresh Midwest beef. Nothing more, nothing less. It reminds me of the good old days when we first opened Culver's. We would call up the butcher shop and we'd buy our beef from there each and every day.
You can't get any fresher than that.
Well, today we still get fresh beef into our restaurants. We don't skimp on the quality of our beef. So we got the sirloin, the chuck, and the plate. No fillers, that's it.
All prize cuts, all well marbled for richness and flavor. And you put those all together, that ends up to be a very high quality burger.
This is where those 3 wonderful cuts of beef come together.
You can just tell that blend is working in there.
And we sear them, and that seals in the juices of the burger. And that's where that wonderful steak taste comes from.
It doesn't get any better than that.
You know, all our burgers are cooked to order. But that's a little different than most of our competitors. The Culver's Butter Burger.
Craig, that is one great burger.
Welcome to Delicious.
Rick Davos here with Coach Lohman, and I'm with a young lady who has, as she said, a very common name, Hannah Jones. Nice to meet you, dear. How are you?
Good, you?
Good. I'm well, thank you very much. What a great day.
Yeah.
God, we should be at the beach today. Exactly where I should be. But that's okay, we're here. And we're talking Oakridge soccer. You're a junior. And what position do you play?
I'm center fullback.
Oh, dear God. Okay.
Center defender.
There's
Center
three. Yeah, there's 3 of us, and I'm in the middle.
Okay, so how many start?
11.
There's 11, so I was right. So there's 11. So there's a goalie, and then there's 3.
And then
3.
We play 3-4-3.
Yeah.
3-4-3.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we play 3 defenders, 4 midfielders, 3 up front.
It's almost like a defensive in football, 3-4-3 or 4-3.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Ours is a pretty high risk, high attacking style of play. So that's just how we do it.
Okay. Have you always been a 3-4-3 though, or does it change predicated on the athletes you have?
We've been working on trying to change. This year we've tried to put the girls into 3 or 4 different systems on the fly.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, to change things up for them.
To change things up depending on who we play. We may need to go more defensive minded in the tournament because it's a 1-goal lead and we want to make sure we secure that. So rather than trying to figure that out for the first time in the tournament, we use some of our games to get the girls to do some of that.
All right. Do you pick games in which you know that, and I hate to use it this way, but that you think you should win, it's not going to be that difficult without downgrading another opponent? Yeah. Or do you do it against, it's a non-conference game, it's not going to affect us that much because it's non-conference?
We kind of balance it around. We've had 1-2 goal games that we move the system around and have girls in different spots. We're trying to create a little bit of stressful situation during the game to have the girls solve the problems on their own.
Okay.
Because that's kind of how the game works. There's no timeouts. Coaches can't stop things and solve problems. So
there's no timeouts in soccer?
No. So
none? Not even one?
We play for 40 minutes and we take a break and then we play for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow. So you have to coach on the fly, make corrections on the fly.
Well, to be honest with you, we try to work as much as we can to let the girls solve those problems on their own, because the more we direct traffic on the side, they're going to get confused and we've seen performance drop off. So
then your goalie is instrumental in doing all that, right? And she probably communicates directly to you because you're right in front of her?
Right.
Because you're the closest.
And then Megan as well. These 3 are middle 3, so very similar to baseball.
Okay.
Where your middle through the field are your strongest players.
Okay.
For us, our goalie, our center fullback, center midfielder are our strongest players.
All right. The other 2 girls have played soccer forever. I'm assuming same with you?
I actually started when I was 11.
Oh, you're a lot.
I started,
late bloomer into this
Yeah, and
sport.
I started in rec soccer, and then I moved to Muskegon Lakers when I was 13.
Okay. All right. You enjoy soccer, obviously.
Yeah.
Sports, you're a multi-sport athlete.
Yeah.
Is this your favorite sport?
Yes.
Is it? Why? What makes soccer your favorite sport?
God,
you gotta be in shape for this sport.
Yeah, I think it's just the fact, running around. I like running, and I like having an objective, to get the ball, make sure the ball stays on one side, and I just like the competition.
All right.
It's really physical.
Anna likes the contest. She's not afraid to hit people.
Well, you play defense. That's a good thing, though.
But you gotta do it at the right time.
Well, timing is important. Yeah, but it is kind of fun to just kind of lay somebody out every now and then. I mean, in the right way. So
Right.
Personal goal for you this year?
Communication and 110%.
Oh, here we go. Very scripted, Coach. Very well.
It doesn't
I know.
come from
I know.
me.
You told me everybody's doing it.
All of the girls shared a Google document, and I asked them 5 questions, and they answered those questions as far as what kind of team they wanted to be, how they would act together. All of those questions they did, and they edited, and we revisit them throughout the year, but none of them come from the coaches.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Tell me about your goal of communication. What do you mean by communication? On the field, off the field, in the locker room? I mean, there's different ways, different places to
I
do
guess
it.
you could say everywhere, but mostly on and off the field because I guess like the communication, I kind of mean like cheering each other on and like letting people know what's going to happen, like how it's going to happen and what needs to happen.
Right.
And lately we've been having issues like on and off the bench, like not cheering each other on.
Oh, okay.
And we had to revisit our Google Docs, like what we had, and talk about everything that we needed to do and just like cheering each other on. We have one foreign exchange student. Her name's Petra, and she's the flowers in the garden, like the flowers.
Yeah.
She makes everyone happy.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Love and pancakes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I got you.
She doesn't play very much, but she's one of the critical parts of our team because she reminds us every game that we're playing a game.
Well, she fills a different role on this team, which is important. Not everyone's going to be the superstar. Not everybody's going to get equal playing time. You're in high school. It's not going to happen. Filming. Do you guys film your games?
No.
You don't film?
No.
Why?
There's a little bit of I'm a weird guy who reads a lot of research. So there's
this should be good.
Yeah.
There's been some research done on filming and girls watching film of themselves play. And what the research demonstrates is that if they know they're being filmed, their performance goes down because they're a little bit self-conscious of being filmed and they don't want to mess up. So
secretly do it one game and they won't know?
Yeah. So we just choose not to.
You just choose not to?
Yep.
That's fine. Oh, I can live with that rationale. All right, let's get to because the girls are
bracelet,
pointing
yeah.
here. Okay, let's get to the bracelet a minute.
Yeah.
What is the bracelet? Show everybody. Look at everybody. Here's the bracelet. All right. Coach has got one too. Do you all have a bracelet?
Yeah, we all do.
All right, go ahead.
Our assistant coach, Greg Fleener, posted a quote one day, and I don't remember what it said, but it was talking about believing in something.
Mm-hmm.
And he came to practice with the bracelets, and it's pretty much like just believing in what you're doing and just like believing in everyone and yourself. Just
We're doing that at Mona Shores football. Our acronym is trust, and it means and together, blah blah blah. Something.
yeah, our
And-
football
and-
players have a different quote.
Yeah,
every
right,
year.
right. Well, that's very nice. All right, I asked all the girls. Now I'm going to put you on the spot. You ready?
Yep.
Something about him.
About coach.
About Coach. We've gone from joking with his comments to a great guy to talk to. Fill me in.
He's very gold.
He's very what?
Gold.
She knows the personality colors.
Okay, and gold. Phil, listen, gold.
It's like a rule follower, plans
Okay.
everything out,
Okay.
has a set
Meticulous
system.
about everything in
Everything.
detail.
Detail oriented,
Yeah,
organized.
yeah,
I
yeah.
spend 2 hours planning for practice. It's just everything down to the final detail. I mean, I want to pass on the right side of the body. I want to pass on the right side of the body. And if we don't get it,
Then what do we do, Coach, if the pass doesn't go on the right side of the body?
we repeat and repeat and
Yeah,
repeat
practice
until we
makes
get it
perfect.
right.
I gotcha.
We address the problem,
Address.
and then we do it.
God, you sound
We're
just
struggling
like a
with some
coach.
girls running off the ball today. So today we spent the first half hour putting a soccer ball or field up on the screen in the room, and it allows us to put players in different spots on the field so we can move them how we want them to go, and hopefully it helps them develop a vision of what they want. But
You do a lot of computer work with the girls?
we do, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Something special about her.
She's dominant. She's been dominant since 9th grade.
And she was a starter as a 9th grader?
Absolutely. Her and
And you're a
Mackenzie
junior.
Davis.
A junior?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
My coaching style, I've always put my strongest players at the defensive position or in the back line, and then I build up from there. My assistant coaches hate it because they know I'm taking some of the best players.
But defense wins championships.
if we can keep other teams off the board and sneak a couple in.
Yep.
Hannah Mackenzie Davis, I can remember we were at Grand Valley at a scrimmage playing Division I, Division II, high-quality teams, and first game girls bouncing off these girls as 9th graders. And they went in, they commanded their space, they were dominant, and the two of them have started there since, and there are very few girls play 80 minutes, and
Right.
there are two
And she's
girls
one?
that do, absolutely.
Okay. Question. Kim had brought up a good point. Condition. If you're a banger and you like to hit and you got to be strong, you got to keep weight room. Tell me about weight room. Is weight room part of your regimen?
No, really.
It's not.
Most of our girls are 3-sport athletes.
So they don't have a lot of time.
Most of them come in. To be honest with you, because most of our girls are 3-sport athletes.
They come in shape.
By the time they get into soccer, their bodies are kind of beat up already.
Exactly.
So we try to do a lot of balancing of how hard we push the girls to make sure their bodies can last. So that's what yoga was for today. Next week we have a 3-game week.
You gotta save your legs. You gotta save yourself. Yeah,
sure, absolutely.
When I played football and basketball at Muskegon, before you were a twinkle in your mama's eye, and you too probably, we went from football and Hackley saving the best, but we got a week off.
Sure.
Yeah, we
do
get 2
you
weeks.
guys get time off in between, or do you let your players? So when their winter sport is done, and you told me you're going to do basketball, when basketball, do you give them some downtime? I'm hoping and thinking that before you get them.
Yeah, a lot of it is kind of a depends answer. The basketball team happens to be one of the better programs in the
so
area.
Their season goes
so
on
they're
for a
making
while.
a deep run in the tournament.
Right.
Typically, we'll give them a week off, and I don't want to see them. So
no, that's good. No, you got to heal up.
This season, unfortunately, the girls went against one of the best teams in the district, along with them. So they lost early, and I sent them a message and said I don't want to see you for a week. So
well, that's good.
Yep.
Well, that's good.
Because I knew if I didn't, they would have been there the next day.
Yep.
I have another thing about Coach, too.
Go ahead, I'll let you.
He's really honest, but he's honest in a good way.
How?
He doesn't sugarcoat it. He doesn't, like, he's not mean about it, but he doesn't sugarcoat it. He'll tell you, like, he'll ask you, like, what's going on.
So what if you disagree with him? What if honesty says, hey, I'm trying. No, you're not. You need to try harder. And you're giving your best. How are you going to react then?
I guess it depends on the emotions that are going on. Like, our game Wednesday, I was really emotional just because it was hot and I was frustrated and it was just a rough game. And
it was 0-0.
Yeah. And my other coach, Amber, actually came up to me and she was talking to me and she was saying how all the coaches were, like, worried that something was, like, wrong with me. And
Was there something wrong with you?
No, it was just because it was hot, yeah.
Okay. Does he yell a lot during the games? I got to believe he does.
He doesn't yell. He just...
Constructive criticism in a higher tone pitch of voice there?
It's not really...
He's a yeller.
He's not a big yeller.
No, during games...
He's gotten more vocal.
Well, you haven't lost a game this year, right?
Yeah.
No, okay, so there haven't been too many trials and tribulations.
We've had a lot of challenges, for sure. We could be in a game that we're winning easily, but we're not satisfied. So.
Oh, yeah. I get playing down to your competition, not getting the most out of you.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So during the summer, what do you do during the summer?
I do soccer.
Do you really?
Yep. I go...
How much time do you take off once your season? Okay, hypothetically, you win a state championship. Let's go state championship.
Yep.
Because we're striving for perfection here, right?
June 12th, I think.
June 12th. That's when the state championship
I'm a
game is?
planner.
Okay, so June 12th, you win a state championship, big celebration, the world's happy, Oakridge is the mecca of soccer in West Michigan, okay? How much time will you take off?
Not much. I think, like, I'll have at least 2 weeks off and then I start...
You travel, then you do the travel?
I usually do, like, a Grand Haven tournament thing. It's like it's almost like a mini, like, we do half the field, and it's kind of like indoor soccer.
Okay. Where I live on the west end of town, over by Lake Michigan, and my kids went to church, they play soccer on the sand. Do you do in different locations, or are you just primarily turf, grass? You take the kids to a beach and let them run around and things like that?
As far as playing goes, no, but we do a lot of fun things like that.
Okay.
Conditioning, we try to mix things up a little bit, but for example, next Thursday, we're doing a team trip to watch a wonderful movie that I'm excited for, Pitch Perfect 2. It's a 3-game week for us. The girls are starting to get a little bit tired.
Sure.
So next Thursday, we're doing a team movie, and we've booked back 3 rows of the cinema. So
wonderful.
Yep.
So game on Monday, Wednesday, Friday?
Wednesday, Friday, correct.
So Tuesday and Thursday are you'll do the yoga maybe?
Tuesday we'll do technical training, so we'll just get touches on the ball so there's no contact.
Okay.
Thursday we're going to go right to the movie theater.
And just, right.
Okay.
Hannah, I wish you the very best.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so very much. Hannah Jones, Coach Ullman, I'm Nick Davos. We got a quick break, and then we're going to bring another young lady with a special guest. So stay tuned, we'll be right back.
In the Fruitport area for over 40 years, Grover Pharmacy offers a full line of vitamins, supplements, and homeopathic medicines, as well as a variety of glucometers, blood pressure kits, baby care items, bandages, and wound care products. They carry office and school supplies, Russell Stover candies, promotional and seasonal items, and Hallmark cards and gifts. Grover Pharmacy, they take time to care about you.
Muskegon's Hackley Public Library is an excellent source for help, information, and great entertainment on virtually any topic. The friendly, knowledgeable staff is always available to help you with finding information on any topic you need. They can help you with using the free public access computers, and they look forward to showing you books, audio CDs, DVDs, and much more. Whether you live in the city or outside, the Hackley Public Library in downtown Muskegon is there to help with everything imaginable.
The fresh and tasty deli located inside the Henry Street Health Hut offers a variety of options for every diet. Organic, raw, vegan, vegetarian, gluten, or grain-free. You can sample specialty sandwiches, or you can build your own wrapper salad by choosing from a wide selection of fresh meats, cheeses, veggies, and dressings. From gourmet soups to smoothies, shakes, juices, herbal teas and coffee to mouth-watering desserts. The fresh and tasty deli is here to serve you.
Hey, we're back here at Oakridge, another edition of DSE Sports Local, Comcast 96, and Coach Loman is with me. Brandy Weaver is with me. I'm Nick Davros, and is this, come here, sweetheart, let me shake your hand first of all, because I did, boy, you got a grip, girl. You got a grip. Your boyfriend ain't gonna mess with you, is he? No, sirree. All right, we got a special guest. Before we go on to anything else, who's our special guest?
This is Kermit the Frog.
Kermit the Frog. Tell me about Kermit the Frog first.
Well,
let's get Kermit out of here and
he's
let's talk.
our green friend.
He's our
to remind us that we have to think green.
Think green.
Yeah.
Wait, think green means what?
Like,
to us?
Think when you're playing instead of just going and doing it. We have to think about what we're doing.
Okay, so think before you do. Use this before anything else. Is it working?
Yeah.
Okay.
I carry it around during warm-ups.
You do. Are you like the official caretaker of Kermit?
Pretty much.
Does Kermit go home with you?
No, he goes to Coach's classroom.
He stays in my classroom.
He stays in your classroom.
Right.
And then do you bring Kermit to practice? I mean, are you like...
He brings him to practice, but I have it most of the time.
But you have it most of the time. Do you suffer separation anxiety then on weekends or anything possibly?
Yeah.
I think so.
I think so too. So what happens with Kermit at the end of the season? And where will Kermit go? Like on the Wall of Fame, like the mascot
Stuck in
Wall
Coach's
of
classroom.
Fame?
That's a good question. What
do you do with past mascots, Coach?
I don't know.
We don't know. They're lost. Girls, what do we do with past mascots?
Well, my freshman year we had just soccer balls. We didn't have a mascot, but my sophomore year we had a hippo.
You did.
Hippopotamus.
Is it still in your
So
classroom?
then how long has a mascot been a tradition?
We started last year with the hippopotamus. One of the things that we work hard with the girls is...
And the hippo was pink, I presume?
Well, it was a hippopotamus, and
Blue.
I know that's really interesting, but it was a little pink blue one, and what we were using it for is to get the girls to learn how to be demanding of each other.
And blue is
the color was just kind of fun.
We
so
like-
the color
okay.
didn't mean
We
much.
yelled at each other and demanded
We sat in a
it.
circle and we
Like
practiced
we
yelling
were like,
for
give me the
hippopotamus.
hippopotamus. We'd
I
have to
gotcha.
yell it, and
Okay.
then they wouldn't give it to us until they thought it was good
Okay,
enough.
but this year though, Kermit Green with your color scheme
Right.
that you do.
Last year they struggled because they took a lot of things personal. They weren't demanding and weren't really challenging each other.
Okay.
So to get them to challenge each other and feel comfortable challenging each other, we practice with something fun, a little pink stupid hippopotamus.
I gotcha. So now it's going to be it. Now you realize what you've started with
Exactly.
this, don't you?
Now it's going to get carried away.
Well, right. So next year. Now then, with this said, and you're coming back. All of you girls come back except for my first young lady here. Does the color, does the personality change? I mean, you're going to know a lot of the personality. I mean, how many seniors are you losing?
We'll lose 7.
Oh, wow, you lose
Yep,
quite a
and
bit.
then 3 exchange students.
Okay,
Right.
all right. So, but the personalities will change a little bit.
The personalities do change. Yeah, I work with different teams, different sports teams, and we could have, I worked with the volleyball team that was very blue, very emotional, and they were afraid to challenge each other. They were afraid to challenge each other because they wanted everybody to like each other.
Yeah.
So that team had to become more blue and more strong-willed.
Okay.
So the personalities do change from
All
team
right.
to team.
So let's get away from Kermit a minute. Not disrespecting Kermit at all, but talking with you. So, position again?
I'm a forward.
You're a forward. Describe forward for us and people who don't know soccer that well, like me.
The goal scorers, pretty much.
Oh, so you're the prima donna of the team. You get a lot of the recognition, the boys, the girls that look up to you. And how many goals have you scored this year?
I've scored 7. I scored 7. I look.
See, coaches don't know as long as you score goals, but you know.
Yeah.
About 7?
Yep.
Good. And like the other girls, soccer since you were high?
Like 4.
4, yeah. What about soccer? What do you like about soccer? I mean, for me, you do a lot of running for not a lot of results. I'm sorry, I'm going to tell you right now. 1-0, it doesn't really thrill me.
For me, soccer is like the best sport around.
Why?
Just because, I don't know, I like the I like the contact.
Do you?
Yeah.
You like to push and shove around a little bit? Well, I bet you do. And you probably got good feet for it, right? But you're short too. But good things come in small packages? Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Toughest game that you faced this year? Last Wednesday's?
Yeah, probably.
Because of the heat and
Yeah, and I wasn't in that good of a mood.
well, she wasn't in that good of a mood either. Well, coach, you didn't get the girls prepared properly. We were moody. The green wasn't coming out.
The heat really took over their mindset.
Oh, I bet.
And it's something we talked about because
And highly unusual this time of year, that warm.
it is,
And you
but
probably
late in
haven't
the tournament, we're going to be playing in heat that much.
Yeah. Did you play on natural grass or turf?
It was grass, but it was down in Holland, so a little bit warmer.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah. You're a junior. Tell me some personal goals that you had, Brandy, coming into the season. Was it, I'm going to score this amount of goals, or is it more team-oriented?
Well, one goal I've had is 110%.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, I knew this was very good.
And I've also,
we do want to keep consistent with the other girls. We don't want to be the odd duck out here.
I also tried to, either have a goal or an assist each game.
Oh, that's good. That's good. And how are you doing with it?
I've had, I think,
Well,
she's pretty close to
yeah.
that.
Yeah, okay. So you've had 3 ties, right? So you're 8-0 and 3.
Correct.
Now the ties, were they like 0-0 as well? Or was it
2-2, West Michigan Christian, solid program.
solid program, boys and girls?
Yep, and then Orchard View was 0-0.
Okay, okay.
last
So
Friday.
defensively, you're pleased with the 0-0.
Right.
Offensively, okay, we
Right.
could have, we should have, but we didn't.
Right, we're struggling to score the last couple of weeks, so
Okay.
trying to solve that problem.
Do you keep stats in your head like goals per game that the team's doing? I mean, right now?
I keep it on my computer because I'm kind of a goofy guy who keeps track of statistics and research. So
So if I were to ask you how many goals per game you're doing, you can't tell me?
off per game, no, I don't really keep track of that.
That's okay.
Yeah,
I mean, it's.
no, I don't know how many.
I mean, I
goals per
can't
game
think
we
it's
have.
what 2-3 goals per game, maybe.
Well, it depends on the competition. We have
Yeah.
some goals or games that were 8-0. Some-
Seriously?
Yeah, some were. We played a team where we had 3 goals in the first 5 minutes. So
Wow.
It depends. Yeah. Some when they're playing well, we should be able to score at will. So it's just getting them to work well
I'm gonna
together.
try to take in a game.
Yeah.
What's the most goals you scored in one game?
3.
Really?
I got a hat trick.
You got a hat trick. Good for you. Assists. What are you more happy doing, with assists or scoring goals? Or doesn't it matter? And they're
Header.
Huh?
A header.
A header.
I was pretty happy with that. But
Does
I
it
like
hurt your head?
scoring.
It looks like it would hurt.
All our girls wear a full 90 headgear, which
Yeah.
is a
What's
padded
that?
headgear. It's a kind of a padded headgear
So we don't
for
get
soccer
concussions.
players.
Really?
The biggest issue is to prevent concussions.
Oh, yeah.
It's big.
And we
in the
struggle
game.
with it in football. You
Absolutely.
go up to the tray, I got a headache. Oh, you probably got a concussion.
Our team practices and plays with them. Yep.
So what does this I mean, is it just like a thing around here, or does it cover the complete head?
Our goalie actually wears a complete one because
the wall.
The wall does. She comes off the line so much. She's not afraid of contact, and she's had some concussion issues in the past. So to prevent that, she does wear a full helmet, kind of like a rugby helmet. But the girls, for the last 4 years, we've wore full 90s. Yep.
Wow, that's great. All right, I'm going to put you on the spot here. I know I've done each one of those girls, okay, and Kermit can't help, okay? So he's out of the equation.
I feel like he pushes me to do my best, and when I'm not, then he knows that I'm not doing my best, so he lets me know that.
How does he let you know it? Good response, but how does he let you know it? Is it by a comment? Is it a look? Is it a combination? Is it during the practice, after?
Well, Wednesday he called me over and talked to me, and he said, I know that you're not doing your best, and he wanted me to do better and step it up.
And how did you take that?
I took it into consideration, and I went out and did better.
And why were you doing that? Why did Coach have to see this?
I just was
As
in
a
a
coach,
bad
I'd
mood.
want to know that.
He
I
just,
mean, he sees things. We see things as coaches.
he can just tell that I'm not doing my best because I can kind of have an attitude at times. And
Oh, I bet you can. I bet you can. Do you have a boyfriend?
Yeah.
Coach allows you to date during the season? Coach? Little distraction here? What's going on?
No, she was kind of sliding into a couple of old habits. She's really had a good year, so I pulled her aside. We sat on the wall just away from the team. And
Not that wall?
No.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify what wall
we just sat
on.
away from the team, and I just kind of let her know what I was seeing and just said, we can't do it.
Was it boyfriend oriented?
No.
Okay, good. Does he treat you nice?
Yes.
Okay, make sure you do. Make sure he does, okay?
Yeah.
Opens the door for you on a date. Yeah, okay, all that good stuff? Okay, that's good. All right, I've asked you the same thing.
Sure.
Something special about this young lady?
Yeah, she comes from a long history of girls who perform at our school. Her older sister played for us, and
Are you the
believe it
baby
or
of the
not,
family?
she is taller than her older sister.
Holy smoke,
Well,
wow.
We won't pick on Ashley.
Ashley played for you then?
Ashley did, yep, 4 years once again. Both really dominant as far as mentally, just going to win everything. Brandy, even though her size, she'll take on girls our size and beat them. She'll take on 2 girls our size and beat them. She just mentally refuses to lose.
That's good. That's good.
It just goes back to her, fun spirit as well. One of my earliest memories of her is over here. She was maybe 6, and I'm sitting there watching a rec game and just enjoying a Saturday. And here comes this girl I've never seen before. She sits next to me, and for the next 3 hours talks and talks and talks
really?
and talks. So that was my introduction to Brandy Weaver.
There you go. Well, that's one. Do you live in the Oakridge community?
I do. My wife graduated from here in '90, and we live 2 miles from here.
Okay.
Yep.
You know Mark Jalovic?
I do. Yep.
Mark and I coached together at Muskegon, and we taught together at our middle school before.
Yep.
Yeah,
Mark's
great
a good guy. Now up in Holton. Yep.
Well, he's retired now too.
Yep. Enjoying
The
life.
dirty dog. He retired on me now. You don't have anybody else to talk to. We used to talk. Yeah, we coached football for a long
good
time.
guy.
A great guy. Big week coming up this week. Expectations for the obvious one. We're going to win all 3, right? How many home games do you have out of that group of 3?
3.
All 3.
All 3 are home.
Yep.
Oh, that'll be good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Especially with the weather coming up.
Yep.
Because it's supposed to be more chances of rain than the heat that we've had lately.
Right.
How does that come into play? Does weather change how you play?
No.
No. Now playing on turf must be really nice, I would think.
Yeah, I like turf better than grass.
Do you wear the same shoes for turf as you do on grass?
Yes.
Oh, you can.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, that's good. Kermit. Is Kermit happy so far this season?
It looks happy.
Do you talk to Kermit?
No, I
do you
don't talk
bond
to
with him
Kermit.
about this thing? Okay, you just carry Kermit.
He talks to Kermit.
Well, yeah, he's a strange. He's kind of a different guy, we said. So we know that he probably talks to him at night.
Right.
Lord knows what he says to him, but he says something. Well, honey, listen. Favorite subject in school?
Math.
Math. Good for you.
Yeah, I'm going to go into business.
Are you? Good for you, what you want to make. Have you had any of the girls in classes?
Well, I teach 7th and 8th grade. They all take my class.
So you're a middle school teacher.
I am. Yep.
Okay, so you've probably had most of them come through.
Yep, all of them have had my class.
Well, that's wonderful.
So it's fun because I've got, pictures of graduates in their, during play.
Is there middle school soccer here?
There's the rec. There's not a part of the school program.
Oh, there isn't.
Yeah.
Okay. Boy, that'd be cool if you could get something like that, though, boy, down the road. But who knows?
It works.
It
the
works,
system we have going works.
The
top players go play travel ball, and, the rec program gets them going. We've got 3- and 4-year-olds playing. We did a winter program with some 3, 4, 5, and 6-year-olds.
Sure.
Just to get them touching the ball.
Do you do some coaching then? I mean, when your season's done, do you introduce your philosophy to the rec, or do you just let the kids have fun?
There was a period of time where it was a closer relationship. Now we did the clinic and have some resources for the coaches. We've got a website for the coaches to use.
So there's access, and if they call you up, they have some questions, you're obviously there for them.
Yeah, I try to kind of keep a balance because I don't want them to think I'm the guy coming in to tell them what to do, because they're all pros at it as well. But I just want to be there if they have questions, and they're not afraid to send questions or emails.
Well, good.
So it works.
Well, dear, we're going to finish up with Coach. Thank you so much for your time. I wish you the very best. Kermit, can I like that? Kermit, thank you very much. It was a pleasure meeting you. Keep the girls in line and keep Coach in line too, all right? Brandy is with me. I'm with Coach. We're going to wrap it up in just a minute. Thank you very much, sweetheart.
Hello, Muskegon. My name is Mark DeWitt. I'm the owner here at RPM Automotive. We've been here since 1996. We're a full-service auto repair center. We do both foreign and domestic repairs. Most of our repairs are performed same day. We do everything from AC, engine repair, and computer diagnostics. Feel free to call or come by and see us. We're located on Getty Street, next to the Getty Street Grill.
Appliance shopping can be confusing. At Seaway Appliance, we make it easy as 1, 2, 3. 1, we have a great selection of home appliances to choose from, and we offer competitive pricing.
2, the staff is friendly and knowledgeable, and our customers can enjoy a no-pressure experience.
3, we have our own professional service department.
Plus, because we're a brand source store, you know you're getting the best deal possible, saving you money.
Where are you going to shop for your next appliance or TV? Seaway Appliance. Thank you for your business.
Seaway Appliance.
Locally owned and operated, J. Stevens Construction has been serving the West Michigan area since 1985. Fully licensed, bonded, and insured, they train certified technicians to install single-ply membrane roofing for residential, commercial, and industrial buildings.
We all want to age gracefully and maintain our independence and dignity for as long as we live. Yet, we all fear becoming disabled, dependent, and at risk of having to live in a nursing home. Navigating the world of senior services can be overwhelming to anyone of any age. Senior Resources is your local area agency on aging. Our mission is to serve as your compass to locate needed services such as senior housing, home health care, respite care, and ongoing care management needs. If you are seeking advice on services that will help you or a loved one continue living at home, call the elder care experts at Senior Resources, 739-5858. Senior Resources, we're with you every step of the way. Located in Tanglewood Park, 560 Seminole Road, Muskegon.
We're back here at Oakridge High School. I'm here with Coach Sloman. Kind of like a little brief wrap-up on, on what's going on, conference strength and stuff like that, weather conditions. Let's talk about the conference you're in.
Sure.
Perennially, it's been a football conference.
Yep.
But this is a different type of football, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And, different teams have taken turns kind of dominating the conference. When I started coaching 16 years ago, it was North Muskegon.
Right.
And, if you beat North Muskegon, it was something special. So they kind of were the team with the target on their back.
But now that target's changed a little bit.
It has, really since 2004, 2005, we've been the top team in the conference. For a while, Hart was up there challenging with us, and they've won a couple of conference championships. Shelby puts together a good program. Whitehall the last couple of years has been a solid program. I would say Ravenna this year has given us one of our toughest games a couple of weeks ago. So it can be a pretty balanced program from year to year. Yeah.
Now, when you talk about conference, you and I were talking off camera a little bit. You have regular season,
right,
but then you have a tournament. I like the Big Ten basketball, and
right,
and a lot of these schools have regular season champion and conference champion.
Right.
Which carries more weight if one does?
Well, we certainly want to win the tournament. Basically what happened was a few years ago we played every team in the conference twice, and then whoever had the most wins out of that was the conference champion. So in order to give more room to play out of conference games, what the conference did was set it up so we played every school once, and then we had a tournament, a 3-game tournament, which opened up our schedule to get other games.
Non-conference
exactly.
teams. Right.
Yep. So that way we could get a little different teams to get us ready for the tournament. Winning the tournament is great because it gets us ready for the state tournament because districts is.
It's a nice springboard to.
Exactly. Yep.
How many regular season games do you play? Now, not your conference championship.
Yeah.
Up to the conference.
We can put 18 on the regular season schedule before the tournament starts. We tend not to because putting 18 on the schedule gives us a lot of 3-game weeks.
Right.
And the 3-game weeks are brutal on the girls, and we try to give them a little balance with the rest of work.
Sure.
Yep.
You have a 3-game schedule coming up.
Right.
How do you get the rotation with the girls to save their legs and save their bodies? So come Friday for you, that
right,
game 3,
right,
depending who it is, they're going to be tired. I mean, they're all going to be tired.
Yeah, I kind of do all the subbing, and I have a system that I follow. I'm a strong gold. So I have certain girls that play, say they're on an 8-minute rotation.
Okay.
Our outside midfielders by far do the most running. They're from goal line to goal line, so they're the girls that I rotate the most. Okay. So they'll rotate every 6 to 8 minutes. The girls know who goes in for who and when they're going in. Center midfielders try to rotate every 12 to 14 minutes. Forwards about every 10 minutes.
Who keeps track of the minutes they play? One of your assistants?
I do. Yeah. I just
what
keep
do the
track
assistants do then?
The assistants really do a good job keeping an eye on their area of expertise.
So you break up the assistants based on...
Exactly, yep. So Amber Shaner, great assistant coach.
Yeah, let's talk about them.
Was a former player of mine, and she's coached with us now for at least 4 or 5 years. The girls love her. I brought her on the team just to give someone for the girls to talk to if they didn't want to talk to me. She's able to connect with a lot of girls and pull them off to the side, have good conversation. Greg Fleener, another great assistant coach. He's been with us for a couple of years. He's our orange coach. He's our fun coach. He's the coach that kind of the girls love to be around because he gets goofy most of the time. But
that's okay.
He runs kind of our set plays and our technical area of the game. Amber runs more of our offensive part of the game. So they all have things that they keep an eye on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's the locker room coach? You're obviously not the locker room. Who's the locker room coach?
Yeah. So
the girls just take care of themselves?
It really depends. The girls with different personality types, they talk to different coaches. There's a group of girls that will talk to Amber and they feel more comfortable talking to Amber. We let it happen. Girls feel more comfortable talking to Greg. Shelby Wilde, I would say, classic example, she goes to Greg first. I would say Brandy, classic example, goes to Amber first. Girls come to me first. So it's nothing we set up, but girls just go to whoever they're comfortable with, and it works for us.
Okay. Now, let's get into the weather.
Sure.
We talked about it. Some of the girls alluded into it. Wednesday was brutal. I mean, yesterday was brutal.
Yep.
Heat-wise. How do you condition for, and Kim brought it up, your season started, it can be cold, it can be snowy, it can be rainy, it can be a mixed bag.
Right.
You're going to run into weather where it would be 85, 86 degrees.
Yep.
How do you practice for some of that stuff? How do you condition for some of that stuff? Or
Well,
do you just stick to your regimen and the weather's just the weather?
We don't do anything different. You know, it could be snowing and raining at the beginning of the year and 85. We don't do anything different because we're trying to set a mindset with the girls where things they can't control don't matter.
You can't control the weather.
On Wednesday, they let the weather get to them a little bit, and we were a little bit cranky. So there's things that we have a conversation about and talk about and try to solve that problem. And
What about the officials on Wednesday? Did they give you breaks? Because, I mean,
nope.
It's just tough luck. And how do you hydrate the kids in?
If there's injuries on the field, players come to the sidelines, but it's through the rotation, really.
Wow.
We're able to rotate our girls enough where they're able to stay hydrated. Yeah.
Did you notice fatigue on yesterday with some of the kids, though?
Yesterday it was a little slow moving, which is why we did the technical training. Probably one of the more competitive games we've had in a while. The girls knew the other team was good. They knew who they were. So they gave it a really good effort. And
well, you had to be pleased.
Yeah.
I mean, the outcome wasn't obviously what you wanted. You know, every coach wants a W. Now, is it always going to? No, you know, the Kentucky coach found out.
Right.
You know, when they played, you know, Wisconsin. And like you know, he platooned. He was gifted with 9 McDonald All-Americans.
Right.
And you're blessed with a very talented group, like you said.
Right.
So, did you see yourself playing a lot of extra kids
We did.
because of the heat?
Yep, everyone was in. Really, there's been a few games in the year that everyone hasn't played. Everyone played yesterday.
Yeah.
So that was, you know, it's not,
And that's got to help you, though, down the road.
it does, to feel comfortable and know that girls can play at a competitive level.
Against higher competition as well in that group of
Yeah.
kids.
The challenge that we work with the girls is, you know, there's 11 on the field, and when there's 11 on the field, there's 12 on the bench. And reminding those 12 girls that are on the bench that they're still a part of the team. So we take steps to make sure that they feel a part of the team and they're ready to go. If they get 2 minutes, we need them to be ready to go and play solid 2 minutes.
Talking about conditioning, you said this is the largest number that you've ever had on Team 23.
It is.
Why is that? Is it just because you had 23 talented kids that just have, and you wanted to keep them?
You know, we have a big group of freshmen that came up, and we knew we had a big group of freshmen coming up. We started the conversation with the girls last year during the banquet and told the girls, kind of put a little pressure on them and said, you know, we've got a good group of 7th, 8th, 9th graders who all play travel soccer who are coming to take your spot next year.
There you go.
So now you've got 10 months to prepare.
You have 7 seniors. Is this the most seniors that you've had graduate?
It is, by far, yeah.
Out of that group of seniors, how many, forgive me if I'm starters, you got to have 11 started. Now, it could be interchangeable, but out of those 7 seniors, how many consistent seniors start a ball game or see significant minutes for you?
All 7. All 7, I would say, play an equal number of minutes.
So that's going to be a huge loss.
It is, yeah.
I mean, number-wise.
Yeah. We probably have
it's going to be a big loss for you.
3 of them that don't start, but those 3 play as much as the starters do.
Okay.
Because, you know, our outside mids play an even amount. Our center mids play a pretty even amount. You know.
And you can remember this all in your head because you do all of this.
Yeah, Caitlin McLean, you know, comes off the bench and she plays center mid. She probably plays a longer stretch during the game than our 2 starters do.
Wow. Okay.
So, and you know, we're blessed to be able to put 5 or 6 girls in off the bench and have no drop off. Caitlin's been good for us because, like I said, to be able to put her out there and have a longer stretch than our starters at time, she's done a good job for us.
In wrapping up now, you know, we had the heat yesterday and today. Starting Monday, though, they're calling for a lot of rain. In fact, most of the week, on and off, you know, 50, 60%. How's that going to affect your play? Because you're home. Now, turf sometimes can get slippery. Do you change cleats for turf or extra cleats on the sideline, or is it just one standard cleat?
Yeah, the girls don't change shoes. Really, the biggest issue for us is wind.
Okay, that's breezy out here right now.
The wind plays more of an impact in the game than people realize.
Sure.
So if it's raining, we don't mind. The girls actually don't mind. They kind of enjoy it because it puts a fun element into the game.
Right.
So the rain we're not going to be concerned about. It, depending on how the wind plays, you have to play shorter passes, keep the ball out of the air. So that changes a little bit in the wind, depending on if you're going against or with the wind.
3 games, so to let everybody know, your games start at what time?
We play at 7.
So you play under the lights?
We do, yeah.
That's
new
be
for
fun.
us this year.
Oh, that's got to be a play.
Yeah, in
so
the past we had played at 5. The schedule had to change. I'm actually a newly elected county commissioner. So in order to continue to coach, our games had to move to 7.
Do you like? Well, how do you like that?
We like it. The parents like it because they're able to get out of work, have dinner, and go to games. Girls can go home, get their schoolwork done, get dinner,
that's
going to
happen. They're going to get their homework done, all right.
It makes for a lot of late nights because I'm getting home at 10, 11 o'clock at night.
I remember those days, Coach.
But to be honest with you, I've enjoyed it because our stands are more full. The parents get to the games, and at the end of the day, it's kind of about them being able to enjoy the game.
And so parents get to come, you get to be the commissioner, so it's a win-win. Homework gets done.
Sure.
When the game's on, girls can go home and crash and go to bed.
Absolutely.
Over there, we've got some sponsorship.
Sure.
How do you pay for some of it? Now, budget in this day and age in public education is tough.
Yeah.
You have a set budget, but do you do fundraising during the season?
We do.
Or before the season starts?
Yeah.
Pop can drives, sell cookie dough, whatever. What do you do, Coach?
We're pretty low budget. We do some fundraisers. We did a pop can drive, and I think in the past we had done car wash. We've got some good community sponsors that the turf that we play on here was put together and helped with Eagle Alloy and E&A, and then of course we've got Free Spirit Construction. It's a really tight community, which is why I like living here. I like teaching here because, the support that we get from the community.
It's a family atmosphere, isn't it?
People walk right across the field and watch a baseball game or watch a softball softball game, and they're not, competitive just because it's a different sport. It's a good place to teach.
Well, Coach, I'll tell you what, it's first-class operation.
Sure.
Sounds like you're doing
Thank
a great. 16 years, got to be doing something right.
I enjoy it.
As long as you love it, right?
Yep, I enjoy it.
And you have fun?
It's like I said, I missed the girls enough during spring break that I was, updating Facebook the entire trip to stay up with them.
Well, I tell you what, girls, come on over here. We got to get an eagle cry or whatever you do. Bring Kermit. Come on up here. Let's get you guys up in front of here. Come here. Let's get
Brandy's
you guys.
usually the leader of this.
All right. Well, I'm going to get
usually
this.
the bystander.
Well, Coach, let's get back here. Come in. Girls, what do we say? Do we have some kind of special thing that you want to say?
Just team.
Team? All right. On 3, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Team!
All right, so for Nick Davros, Coach Lohman, I hope you enjoyed this edition of DSE Sports Local. Again, we're on Comcast Channel 96. Coach, thank you so much.
Sure.
I wish you the very,
Appreciate
very
it.
best.
Thank you very much.
Good night, everyone. Thank you very much.